I got a request to do a YouTube video on YouTube collaborations, and I think that's a great topic, and just going over the dynamics of collaborating with other YouTubers. So I know now that I'm growing with my YouTube channel, it would be great to collaborate with other YouTubers, depending on the content that they see is fit, or that we can go in a similar direction. I know I've been doing a lot of MGTOW and Red Pill content, and there's a lot of great creators out there that have a similar point of view and similar content, and I think collabs are a good idea, and it helps both parties grow. It helps get information to cross sections of people, like two different subscriber bases of one person's channel and the other person's channel. And I know also too, one of the points with that this person brought up with collaborating with other YouTubers is sometimes it can go in a way where one person has a certain vision and the other has another vision, and then once they collaborate, someone says, oh no, I didn't like the way you said that, or I didn't like the way you did that, or the way you portrayed that. So I want to go into the dynamics of collaborating with people a little bit more. So when it comes to collaborations on anything in life, whether it's male, female, or just two guys working together, or just YouTube, or whatever the collaboration is, there's a sense of like what the overall goal is of that collaboration, whether it's a similar point of view, similar talking point, similar objective, similar goals. And you know, some people go into a collaboration with the idea of this content is going to go a certain way, and then sometimes it will happen where one person thinks, oh well, I didn't like the way you said that, or I didn't like the way you did that. And there's a lot of psychology that goes on with collaborations. Like, even you look at the music industry, and anybody that's signed with like some big record label, they're only going to do collaborations with someone who's also signed with like a big record label, right? So if you go to your car and you turn on the radio and you listen to any artist that they put on the radio, that artist is not doing collaborations with the person that has 500 SoundCloud followers, right? They think there's like a level of what they're doing, right? The person with millions of followers, millions of subscribers, is not going to collaborate with the 500 follower person, the 500 subscriber person. And so there's that psychology with it, which can be annoying, and I understand that with any content creator. I understand it myself. It's super annoying when, like, if you start a YouTube channel at 0 subscribers, it's weird that like it changes somebody's entire like scope of the world, that you could have 0 versus having 100 versus having 1,000 versus having 5,000 versus having 10,000 and 20,000, 100,000, a million, so on. Like, obviously your view is going to change a little bit because of that, but some people are just so boxed in. Some people are so into like the Matrix that they actually think that like because somebody has 0 subscribers, that's just a nobody with nothing to say, and because that channel has 10 million subscribers, oh, that's somebody. That person made it in life. But this is basic psychology that you just have to know when starting anything. It doesn't have to be an online thing. It doesn't have to be subscribers or followers. It could be something that has nothing to do with an online presence. You could just go up to somebody and like say, oh, here's the idea of what I want to do with my life going forward. And someone thinks, well, you weren't doing that yesterday. You didn't say that last year. It's just like, you have this business idea. You didn't say that yesterday. It's like, well, yeah, I'm thinking of this business idea now. This is my idea, right? So like the person you go to doesn't think you had the business idea yesterday, but like someone else just like actually wants to know the product or the service of what you're trying to provide. So that's some basic psychology when it comes to collaborating with other YouTubers. And like I've said on this channel before too, I started this channel in 2015, in July of 2015. I turned 21 very recently. June of 2015, I turned 21, and then July of 2015, I started this YouTube channel, and I started growing it from there. I did some videos right away. I scaled back on them, you know, for the ones I initially had, and I did a couple throughout the years. and didn't really know the direction of my channel. I took some time off, and I hadn't posted really anything until this summer of 2020. And now I'm 26 now, and I'm more back into YouTube. I have a more mature stance on the world and what I want to do with the channel and where I want to go with it. But just a little backstory on myself. I've always been very social, and I've always been the person that I was friends with like everybody in school. You know, like you're gonna have, you know, whatever with whatever person. You know, it's not like, oh, like I'm like 100% friends with everyone. We always hang out with every single classmate kind of thing. I'm just saying that like I never got into the jocks, nerds, band kids, football players, basketball players, baseball players, this guy parties, this guy doesn't party, this guy's tall and handsome, this guy's short and none of the girls like him. Like I just don't, like you're given what card you're given. So I've never looked at people that way. You know, everybody's on the same level. Everybody, you know, it's like, yeah, we're on different levels with like specific stuff in this material world. So like, yeah, if you've been bodybuilding for 10 years and you go into a bodybuilding competition, you're on a different level than a guy that's just been eating chips on his mom's couch and like never goes to the gym. Yeah, you're on a different level with that. But like in terms of like human beings, we're on the same level. We're all the same. So I've never viewed it in a way of like a hierarchy where one person is better than another. So when it comes to like what I want to do with this channel, in high school I was student body president my senior year. I would always talk in front of the school for every event, whether it's rallies or whatever. Sometimes events up to 3,000 people, depending on how packed the gym was. My junior year I was doing the morning announcement, so I'd be in front of the school the whole time doing that. I've had plenty of experience with public speaking and being in front of crowds as a teenager. And just being by myself, the lone person with the microphone in front of a few thousand people, and being confident as a teenager. So certain things that I might want to do with this channel, I might want to go into music. I might want to go into stand-up comedy. I might want to go into motivational speaking. I might just keep doing vlogs like this. You know, it depends on what I want to do. I might make a business or an art or a craft later, or some kind of idea that comes up later. But it takes money, and it takes a certain amount of resources to do certain things. So sometimes when I have like tried to do music with people, like a friend that he's producing, or he has the equipment to produce it, and we try it, a lot of times people in their 20s, they have this thing where they post something on social media, and because high school and college classmates didn't like it to the extent that they liked a random selfie, they think it was a fail or something. And I try to get to people like, look, whatever community you come from, like those people, like if you're doing music, those people are just gonna look at celebrities. They're just gonna look at like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Kanye West. Like they're gonna like not take you seriously, right? You're just a joke to them. Your family members, your friends, your high school, your college, your co-workers, your hometown, you're a joke to those people. And I'm sorry if that triggers somebody. That's the truth. All right, and I don't mean like 100% of people think you're a joke or anything, but I'm just saying like in general, they're just gonna look at what's on the radio and not think that you are talented in any sort of way, right? Because they just like know you in person. You pass them by on the street or in a hallway or at home or whatever, right? So they don't take it seriously. So you just got to really get over that. So sometimes when I've tried to work on certain things with people, they think that we're like two guys the same age that come from the same place working on something, and we might post something that gets way less views than like a random selfie. So the guy gets discouraged and our collaboration doesn't work because the vision isn't seen, and it just doesn't work out that way. So for something I might want to do, whether it's music, and I'm a good writer, I'm a good speaker, I can do certain things, whether I want to get into like R&B or rap or whatever I want to do. I haven't really explored it too much in that sense, but I know I can do that. I have the public speaking experience, I have the writing experience. This is stuff that I have ideas for in the future. But when it comes to collaborating with people, like if you just say to someone, hey, let's work on this album, immediately they'd go, oh, what's your follower count? How much money do you make? Right? Like who else agrees that you're good? You know, so it's just like you're fighting a lot of that when it comes to YouTube collaborations or any collaboration in life. So I just want to do that video with this video on collaborations is that stuff matters. You know, like if I wanted to, I do a lot of MGTOW and Red Pill content. If someone says, hey, you should link up with entrepreneurs in cars, or Coach Greg Adams, or Young Man's Daily Red Pill, and a lot of channels, you know, Better Bachelor, you know, things that people throw out like, oh, this would be a good person to collaborate with. I agree. Like I would love to collaborate with people, and it depends on what we're doing though. And you know, you got to be honest with it. People, they look at like your follower count, they look at like who else agrees with you, they look at like your view count, they look at like your content in that way, right? So like someone that has like 200,000 YouTube subscribers, someone like me, I don't even have 2,000. They might not even like think I have anything important to say because of their level versus my level, right? Like I'm telling you, like with the music industry, like the people on the radio are not collaborating with the SoundCloud rapper, right? And a SoundCloud rapper could be just as good or better, but that person's just signed with a big record label. This record label chose that person, therefore that person's the bigger person, right? So there's a lot of psychology that goes on between what someone deems you as being worthy of collaborating with, and what your content is worth. So a lot of it really in the beginning stages is really you just sharing your story. It's really you just putting yourself out there, really you just showing what you can provide, to a point where someone else sees, oh, I can collaborate with this on this point. And even if you do collaborate with someone after that, like I said, you know, with the person that suggested I do this YouTube topic, someone could later come back and say, oh, I didn't like what you said in this collaboration, or I didn't like the way you did this, I didn't like the way you portrayed me, because of the stuff that's going on in their life, their career, their circumstance, the things that are affecting them, and the psychology of it, how they think that you're intertwined with all that. So it's very unfortunate that that's an aspect of how it works. Like, you know, like the guy with 200,000 YouTube subscribers is not going to collaborate with the guy that just started a YouTube channel yesterday. It's just the way it is, because it's like, oh, like what have you proved? Who else agrees that you're good? Who else would deem that you're on my level? I've already grown to 200,000. You just started and you have 2 subscribers. It's like your grandma and you're like your mom, right? So it's like you're clearly not saying anything important. That's the funny part though. You don't know that the person isn't saying anything important. You don't know that the person isn't doing something good. You don't know that the person isn't doing something talented. And you know, even people too that they say, you know, dude, like I remember you in high school, and you were always like you were like the leader of the school. You were the ASB president. You were in front of the school all day, like talking in front of the school. Like you were intertwined with every single group. Like everybody respected you, kind of thing. Like, why don't you pursue that album? Why don't you like do that music? Be that artist. Be that rapper. But again, like it takes money to do that stuff. Like the way that you would want to do that, to do it professionally, you got to get in a studio, you got to have money to do that, and you've got to put your stuff out there. And being realistic, you could be the best at whatever, best rapper, best whatever, and if you have a low subscriber count, you could have the best song, people just think the song sucks because nobody else subscribed to it, right? Or one of these celebrities, they could have a song that says the same 2 or 3 words over and over in the same song, and because they're a celebrity that another label promoted, you just think, oh, that's the hit of the summer, that's the hit of the winter, because the subscriber count, the money, the followers, like that's what it is. And so I understand this with a lot of people, that they can be frustrated about their place or how people are viewing them. And you really just, you got to understand the psychology of all that. Like subscriber count, money, and you know, even selling the tie-dye for my nonprofit that I work for here in San Diego, people all the time like, why don't you like sell your own clothes, be independent, that's way better than working for this nonprofit. And it's like, dude, I understand that independent is like a better route, but I'm 26 and it's hard to do things independent just like on a whim. It takes time to like really do things independent. It takes time to get people to believe in what you're doing, right? Like people, you know, like if it was easy to just be independent, start a business, just like, why are you wearing that person's, why are you wearing Nikes when you could start your own brand? Well, yes, but I could start my own brand. Why am I wearing a Nike shirt when I can start my own brand? I agree. We should encourage entrepreneurs. But if I start my own brand, I say, hey guys, here's my shirt, everybody thinks you're a joke, right? Because there's already Nike, there's already Adidas, there's already Under Armour, there's already all these other brands out there. You're starting from zero. If it was that easy to just, hey, just do your own thing, be independent, like everyone would be doing it. So it takes a certain level of subscribers. It takes a certain level of money, social backing, proof. As unfortunate as that is, that's a very important aspect of psychology to understand with YouTube collaborations. And I definitely want to do some in the future, but I just want to touch on this video with certain psychological aspects of collaborating in general in life.